So I was gone half an hour and Storms chewed and destroyed yet another mat. So I've just decided I'm just going to leave it now and just let her work her way through it. It's nerves. They think when you're walking out the door, you're going to be going forever. That's just the mentality of a dog. They think that's it. You're going. This one here, good as gold. But yeah, this is the fourth mat that she's destroyed. I try and move everything out of the way. This is another prep shop, probably my last one. Um, Not because I'm disappearing, but because I've got enough now. I think I'm going to be focusing on dehydrating vegetables and maybe getting a few other little bits and bobs, um, non-edible stuff, things that I think will be useful because I can charge both my drill. I can use both my drills without a power supply. So I'll go through the lot. Came to 112 quid. So I bought 2 packets of mini peshwaris because I do love them. So there's a garlic and coriander one, and then there's the more traditional one. Some flatbreads. I've got some tortilla wraps, some potatoes, some quiche. I do like a quiche. These are cheap as chips, and they've got incredible dates on them. February 2025. Really unhealthy quarter pounder. Their version, Lidl's version of Weetabix. I eat a lot of Weetabix because I take a lot of painkillers. So I'll let you put that together yourself. Some plum tomatoes. I mean, the Americans, no offence, have got the impression that we're only allowed to have 2 tomatoes each, which is an utter load of bollocks. I've not come across that yet. There is a bit of a shortage, but I've not been told that I can only have 2 tomatoes. 3 different flavoured of those rice things with veg and stuff that you just add water to. Cashew nuts, pistachio nuts, and cashew nuts, salted and unsalted. Really, really, really good for you, full of natural oils. I don't need to go down the route of telling you about what's happening to the banks in America, because this is like a domino effect. At least I've done a video. I've mentioned it in a few videos about getting your cash out of the banks, so my conscience is clear. At least I said something. So the rest is down. The rest is down to you guys. I'm sorry I've gone off the scene. My head's gone a little bit. I've had to come off a certain medication. Some medications just don't suit people. So I'm feeling a little bit better. I've bought loads of chews because my girls don't have dog breath. They have one of these after their evening meal every day. And they're a lot cheaper than the actual denture sticks that you can buy. I mean, they're about a third, maybe even a quarter of the cost. These ready cooked rices. I mean, I've tried to I've got a nice little variation there, and some of these stirring sauces. I've tried to knock alcohol on the head, which has wound me up. I've got a baton, as we say in France. Cheese. My entire bottom shelf in the freezer is full of cheese, frozen cheese, frozen. Obviously, it's in the freezer. I've got some spreadable butter, their version of Bertolli, which has got very little olive oil in there. I've got some yeast, some proper butter, because I do like butter, and it is better for you. I've got some sriracha chili mayonnaise, because I do love that stuff. It's nice. It's not as nice as the old Nando's stuff. 3 salad cream, 2 decent bars of chocolate. My dad loves chocolate, and when it comes round, he helps me out with so much. So the least I can do is is, you know, treat him when he comes here. I bought two big jars of coffee, left in its jar, unsealed, without that foil broken. These will last 10 plus years, no problem. They won't last 10 plus years because you'll drink them by then. I always buy corned beef because there's so much you can do with it. Curries, hash, sandwiches, the lot. You know, if you need to add a bit of protein to a meal. Soya milk, it is better for you in my opinion than ordinary milk. And it's just kind of a backup. I have normal milk in for when I have guests around because they can tell the difference. Ravioli, I bought a shed load of soups of various types, the chunky ones. I've got a posh one in there somewhere. They were a bit low on variety. 3 tins of beans. Coconut milk. Again, I've said in previous videos, you can add it to curries. You can drink it straight from the can. It's so good for you. And again, it's got a really, really long lifespan. Beans and sausages. I don't know the difference between the ones, their premium brand of peeled potatoes in a tin and their Simply ones. So I'm going to try them both, see what the difference is. I've got some Red X because my camper van, I've not mentioned my camper van very much. I am going to show you what I've done with it, and it is completely self-sufficient now. But this is just to keep the emissions down before it goes for MOT, or to help anyway. Meatballs in gravy. I don't like the ones with the tomato in there. They're chopped tomatoes. I mean, they come with such a variety, which is going to save you a lot of faffing around, a lot less pissing about, because you've got stuff already in there, you know. A mixture of ordinary marrow fat peas with mushy peas. Got about 5, 6 tins. Butter beans, really good for you, and red kidney beans, great in chilies. I love a chili, me. Peanut butter, smooth and crunchy, with no palm oil. A couple of yogurts, chicken in white sauce. Always try and make sure you buy some sort of meat in a tin. You know, whether it's corned beef or chicken, you know, whatever. Got a nice selection of spices here. I've got so many spices now, but these they just seem to last forever when they've not been opened. You know, kept in the right conditions. Some cheese slices. I bought a couple more toothbrushes. What else have I got? Some pasties. They can't call them Cornish pasties unless they're made in Cornwall, which is ridiculous. That's about it. Look, the bank thing, it's something that we should all be really, really concerned about. You know, you don't need to just go down to your bank and just draw everything out. Just make sure you've got, well, I would. But I'm just saying, you know, when you do a bit of shopping, just get some cash back. Just make sure you've got cash at home. You never know. We're living in a really, really uncertain world now, more uncertain than ever. So, like I said, my conscience is clear because it's done. You know, I've said it. I've said what I have to say. I bought some. These are great to add to pasta. I've done it. I've practiced with so much of my prep food. I'm starting to work my way through it now, which is why it's took so long before I've done a prep haul video, because I've been busy chomping my way through rice and beans and trying to make them interesting, and it is doable. But get some practice in. Get some practice in. On the community tab, there is free online first aid courses done by the Red Cross. There's a link there. If you want to actually go and do it in person, I think it's for a 4-hour session. I think it's about 35-40 quid. So all the information that you need, if you're your nearest Red Cross, Everything you need to know is in that link. So that's it for now. The next video I'm gonna do a little bit about the van, and because there is the system, the solar system in there can be recreated in your own home, and it's not difficult. It's not hard to do. I did a very crude video with a solar panel in that doorway. I don't know if anyone's seen that. Well, it's like that, but slightly more professional. So that's all for now. I hope you're all doing all right. Like I said, try not to stress. This is why we do what we do. This is why we're prepping. So we haven't got that stress. But just keep an eye on those banks. You know, what happens in America doesn't stay in America. Banks are like a barrel full of apples. You get one rotten one. Well, they're all rotten anyway. They're all blood-sucking bastards. But yeah, it only takes. It's going to be a domino effect. You know. So that's all I've got to say for now, chaps and ladies. Ciao for now. Much love.